All right, guys, here's another BG perspective. As always, leave a comment down below, like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can get notified every time we upload.
So it just came out that the Trump administration is preparing for mass layoffs and firings in mid-March of federal employees. This is on top of the people that they've already fired that were in their probationary period, because frankly, from a legal perspective, it's the only people they could get rid of on the short term, which is already in the thousands. And it sounds like we're talking about tens of thousands of federal employees that are about to be terminated. And before you cheer that and say it's a good thing, consider this. We have federal employees in all 50 states. So when people in the tens of thousands get fired, that means all of those people are all of a sudden going to lose their income, which means they're not going to restaurants, they're not buying things, they're not shopping, they're not putting money in the economy. On top of that, it's going to make it harder to get things out of the federal government that we rely on all the time. It's going to be slower to get your tax filing come April. It's going to be harder to get somebody on the phone to answer questions about Social Security, Medicare, which is already a nightmare. It's going to get worse. And what is the federal government, the Trump administration, going to do with these savings? They're not going to be giving it to you. They are doing this so that their tax cuts for millionaires and billionaires don't blow up the deficit. But the problem is the tax bill is $4.5 trillion. So even with these savings, it's going to explode the deficit. So the Trump plan is to kill local economies by firing thousands of federal employees and then passing a tax cut that millionaires and billionaires will get, and you will get nothing. So we will have a worse economy and a government that is less able to help us out. This is going to be a disaster.
Hello.
Hey, Simon, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Eh? Hey, thanks for making time on short notice and sure my invite was rattling and not awesome, and you do not have to turn your camera on if you don't want to. I have a couple of notes to share with you. Um, but I'll be glad to have those notes to make sure I cover things, but I will also follow up with an email so you don't have to retain everything I'm gonna say. I made the difficult decision to restructure the XD org and as a result reduce the size of the org. And unfortunately, you're impacted by this change. So your last working day is today, but the good news is you'll be paid through February 2nd. Um, those are the most important pieces of information. Your system access as an employee will be turned off at some point today. I'm not sure when exactly. In your Workday and Benefits portal, you'll still have access to until February 2nd as an employee, and then after that, you'll have access to it as an alumni. And then I'm gonna email you the specifics of your severance, benefits, and a few other details that will probably be helpful later, and you're ready to go through them. Um, and then on your last day, you'll get your severance documents via DocuSign to sign, and I'll go to your personal email address. I want to pause. I know I just rattled off a whole bunch of really big news. Is there any questions or anything that you want to ask?
Are there any reasons other than just like restructuring? Like, what's the reason for the restructuring?
Yeah, that's a really good question. It has to do with the company is doing consolidated priorities this year and next year. They are looking to, so the org, it has nothing to do with performance. It has nothing to do with location and everything to do with the company wanting to do less in tech and take on less priorities. And as a result, the team is being reduced for that to support that.
Another question I had was around like my remote status. Is that like a factor in this as well?
Yeah, that's a really good question. It did, to be perfectly honest, it did count, the remote status in general came up as a potential discussion, but it ended up not being a factor. Well, please don't obviously feel a pressure to do anything today other than take care of yourself.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate that.
You know, I'm so sorry, Simone. Well, please again, like take today and take care of yourself And again, I'm really sorry that this is happening.
Okay. Thank you. See you on
All
LinkedIn, I
right.
guess. I have already cried today. I'll probably cry more. Um, yeah, so I got an email like an hour ago that said, "Hi, I'd like to get together and share an update on our organization and what this means for you." So, yeah, I already knew that this was coming. At first, I thought that like maybe it wouldn't just impact me because someone else mentioned that they got the same email. And I was like, oh, well, maybe, because this has happened before when they laid off all of our managers. So I was like, well, maybe they're telling all of us at the same time that someone else is getting, like someone big at the top is getting laid off. But I reached out to that person and I was like, does your meeting start at 12? And she said, no, my meeting starts at 12:30. So when she said that, that's when I had my breakdown and that's when I started crying. I think the best news out of that is that I'm going to get my bonus. So that will help. I don't know how much the bonus will be because I don't know how well the company performed, but that check will come in March and I'll still get another regular paycheck from work. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I do have savings, thank God, but like I don't know what I'm gonna do if it takes months to get a new job because I still want to remain in tech. I still want a remote position, which those are harder to come by now. And like I don't know what I'm gonna do if I can't get another job because I have the mortgage now, and the mortgage is like $2,700 a month. I have my trip planned to New Zealand next month. I should probably cancel that. If I can get a refund on my flight, I should probably cancel that, which sucks because I've been planning that since like this time last year. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know. I don't. Um. Um. I don't know what. I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm trying. I'm trying to have faith that everything's gonna work out eventually. I just don't know how long it'll take for things to work out, and it just really scares me because I don't have anybody to like lean on. Like I'm not rich, my family isn't rich. Like I don't know. I don't know. I'm sure it's all gonna work out. I'm sure it's all gonna work out. I just don't know how it's gonna work out, but I'm sure it's all gonna work out.
Bitch. Wait. Hold on. Y'all, let me get myself together. I'm about to crash the fuck out. So whereas other government agencies are really like standing up for their fucking employees and things, my agency decides to say, hey, the email is legitimate. Please send 5 bullet points of what you did. You know what I'm gonna send? I did my motherfucking job. That's it. I ain't sending shit else. Y'all are fucking crazy. Hey, TikTok. I'm on the way back to my job to see if I got laid off. And I have my emotional support friend to come with me. Alright, I'm at my job. My heart is literally racing, y'all. Like, it's being so fast. My email is loading. Bitch, I got laid off. Oh my God. I got laid off because I'm still on my probationary period, but my probationary period literally ends in 2 weeks. Well, this is awkward. Not surprised, but this is awkward. And, you know, at the moment, I don't have any way to keep funding my interview series, KB For Real, that you all been watching and enjoying. So, I don't know. I just know that God has something bigger in store for me because this already was a pit stop. So, I don't know, y'all. Just keep me in your thoughts and your prayers. And if you got something out for me, send it my way. I don't know what to say. I don't have the words. I'm just like, what the fuck? I guess my 5 bullet points that I had to send Elon of what I did last week was not good enough.
Good morning. Come with me to the IRS as a federal employee who is about to get fired. So last night I got the call to bring my equipment in today, even though today is not an in-person day for me. I have been working at the IRS for about 7 months, so that makes me a probationary employee. So I was able to badge into our parking garage. I was a little worried I'm a little bit late because of the ice. It's -8 degrees in Missouri. I can't record while I'm inside, but I have all my belongings packed up. So I'll let you know what happens when I'm done. So it is 2:15. I am just leaving the IRS for the last time in my indefinite future. Alright, I'm home in my driveway. I am no longer employed, do not have my badge anymore. So if you want to know what happened, I'll give you guys a kind of a rundown. My job was to talk to people on the phone, so I got on the phones for about 45 minutes and then was told to get off the phones and print out any documents that we needed, like W-2s, pay stubs. There were a couple flyers around the building for things that the union would need if you get terminated, so printing out those forms. I already done this on Tuesday when I came into the office. I was very aware that I was likely getting fired this week. We were told about 10 a.m. like emails would go out letting you that you were terminated, then you'd have an hour to leave. I didn't leave until 2, and the 3 people that were with me, none of us ever got emails. Supposedly the email system was so clogged up that emails were not being sent out. So our managers were instructed to gather our equipment, kind of make sure we have everything, and then walk us out to our doors.
In the comments
Yeah,
below.
so basically I waited around for several hours today
and
for an email I never
about
got.
your own
And
experiences
then
too.
had to say goodbye to
It
my lovely
really helps
manager.
others and
So
allows us all
that's it.
to learn more.
Time to go file for
If
unemployment.
you're into diving deeper into topics that matter and sparking your curiosity and keeping it real every step of the way, hit that subscribe button because you're in the right place. Now let's get back to the perspectives.
Okay, since I've been laid off from the Internal Revenue Service, well, it has been a total of 4 whole days. So this is all new to me because I've always had a job since I started working at age 16. So I always had income coming in. And I'm older now. I'm 24 and I have an apartment. I have bills. I have a daughter. So I have great responsibilities. So when I got laid off from my job, that I immediately thought I have to get a new job. I didn't immediately think about unemployment because I knew unemployment could not pay my bills. So when I first got home from being laid off, I immediately updated my resume and I just started putting in applications. So far, I think I may have put in over 30 applications. So hopefully I get a call back either this week or next week regarding an interview. I have faith that I'll find a new job that'll support me and my daughter so we can live the lifestyle that we were living before I was laid off from the Internal Revenue Service. I have applied for food stamps. Hopefully I get a call back from the food stamp office to schedule an interview and give them any documentation that they may need. I did apply for unemployment, so I'm waiting to get a call back from them also. And me and my daughter, we have 30 days on the federal health benefits program, so I need to go ahead and I need to set my daughter up on state Medicaid or state All Kids, whichever one she fits the criteria for. And I've already started budgeting. I wrote down all my bills. I'm not spending any extra money. My goal is to find a new job so I will not have to touch any of my money in my savings, but if need be, I will, because that's what the savings is for times like this. And I'm grateful that I do have a savings, and it's just self-discipline, because I know I do want to be able to stay in my apartment, keep my car. I don't want my bills to get behind. So I have been checking my emails, putting in applications anywhere where I may fit the criteria. So yeah, just pray for me that I get a new job, hopefully before April. That's the goal. I need a new job before April. Pray for me.
I'm an IRS agent about to get fired, and if you want me to wipe out your debt and send you guys some money, just leave me a comment. That's it. That's all you gotta do. And then just wait. Now, I am not personally going to be giving you anything. This is gonna come from somebody else. And that somebody else, I can't tell you who it is, because obviously I don't want to let that person be known. They'll be going to jail. I'm not going to go to jail because I'm not doing anything. And for all of those people on here that believe this, don't believe me, because this is definitely too good to be true. And there's no way that I could do this. I don't even know how to code. I don't know anything. I don't know anybody, and I don't know anything, and I don't know how to do any of this stuff. All I know how to do is plant seeds in people's minds to do the things that we want and hope get done. That's it. That's it. Have a good day. I'm an IRS agent about to get fired.
I lost my job on Monday. No, I'm not a federal worker. I worked in healthcare and I work from home. This is not a small company. This is a company like United Healthcare, Blue Cross Blue Shield. Don't want to really specifically name my company, but yeah. So some of these healthcare companies depend on government subsidies to keep things going for their members. And my company was one of those. Back in November, right after the election, we had a meeting and they told us like, hey, we might be doing some layoffs and some terminations. However, we don't know yet. We're playing it by ear. Well, the day after the inauguration was the first meeting. If you received that email, you were let go. So people lost their jobs. I'm not sure how that was picked, because some people that got to stay had issues like were not hitting their metrics, and some people that left had no issues whatsoever. But they have said that they have not received any unemployment, anything of that nature. Now, with me, they told me I was eligible for unemployment. I'm not sure how that's going to work, since the people who's been gone since January said they ain't received a dime. A little context to this is I started this job back in March of 2024 and was in training until June of 2024. And they told us that, hey, after you've been here for 1 year, you're going to start doing some of the harder work, working in some of these government systems where you're going to have to get approved to even use these systems and things of that nature. It was all a lie. From June 2024 until like November 2024, I was trained on everything within my department. And by December of 2024, I was being required to hit all the metrics for everything within my department. On top of that, I was also selected every single time for every pilot that was sent out for us to try things out while still doing my job, while still hitting my metrics. And yeah, these are the same things that people that have been there for 5+ years, they're doing it, and they're expecting us to have 100% doing it. Said all that to say this is not to scare you. This is just telling you to be proactive. Once they told me that it was possible layoffs happening, I went and updated my resume. I started applying for different positions. The same day that I got let go, I had an interview that day because I had already been applying. I'm not sure if I got the position or not. No, I'm not a big creator, so I don't get paid a lot of money off of here. This will be my first actual whole month in the creator program. I've never been in the program for a month yet. So I am prayerful that I'll find something else. But until then, y'all will just be seeing my face because I can't let the depression and stuff kick in. I have to keep going. So I'm encouraging all of you all to do the same. Everybody who's lost your job, everybody whose job is in jeopardy, keep pushing. We got this.
I didn't realize how many people hate federal workers until the last couple weeks. Over the last few weeks, I've been told I am lazy, I get paid too much, or I don't contribute anything into American society. I'm a GS7 living in New York City, one of the most expensive places in the world. You can look up that salary if you want. Not to mention, I have an Ivy League education in which most of my peers make triple what I do out of college. But yet I chose to give back to the American people. If I did investment banking, would I be helping anyone? If I worked for BlackRock buying all the affordable housing, would that be beneficial? Because I'm sure I would not be getting the same hate if I did those jobs. I find it incredibly worrying when people are actively preying on the downfall of 2 million Americans, hoping that they lose their jobs. A lot of us are highly educated and highly skilled, and now we'll be competing for your jobs. I didn't realize how many people hate federal workers until the last couple weeks. Over the last few weeks, I've been told I am lazy, I get paid too much, or I don't contribute anything into American society. I'm a GS7 living in New York City, one of the most expensive places in the world. You can look up that.
So I'm here at the VA again because this is where I work. Change that. I worked past tense because right now it's 2 o'clock and I just got notified that my position is no longer valid. And so I am going to go turn in my laptop and go home. Again, my performance was not good enough, even though when I talked to my boss, everybody I work with, including my boss, absolutely loved the work I was doing. But it was nice being here, helping out veterans every day, day in and day out, and doing a good job for my fellow patriots. It sucks, you know. I'm not a Trump supporter, never have been, definitely never will be. But yeah, this is definitely taking a meat cleaver to the entire federal government. And I know my specific position, I was helping veterans and their families seek end-of-life services, mainly making burial arrangements on their behalf, and actually doing funeral services for them. So yeah, it was actually a rewarding job, and look forward to having a good career doing something impactful. And I guess that's just not going to happen. So I'm going to go turn in my laptop and call it a day. And so I just wanted to say again, thank you, Trump. Thank you, President Musk. Let's make America great again, and fire everybody who is a hardworking, you know, somebody who just wants to do a good job for your country, and be a good employee and help out. So, yep, going home, and wish me luck in the job hunt.